Why should I learn about overindulgence?
We may be noticing that children right now may be too involved in themselves. It's about me, me, me. It may be too much right now. I want it right now. It may be nagging. I want it, everybody else has it. And we're watching these attitudes and we're thinking this is not a lot of fun to live with. And if this child maintains this attitude into adulthood, it may not fly very well in the adult world. In fact, it may cause problems in the workplace. And so most people are interested in learning about it to figure out how to recognize it and how to cope with it.
What is overindulgence?
People who were overindulged as children tell us that it is having too much of anything that looks good, but having so much of it that it delays development. It keeps the child from learning what they should have been learning at that age. And it can cause problems in adult life. They tell us that it has happened in 3 ways. One is too much. Too many toys, too many clothes, too many lessons, too many camps, too much entertainment. They didn't complain about that as much, however, as they complained about the second way, which is having things done for them that they should have been doing for themselves. So that as they grew up, they didn't learn skills that everyone else knows. And this makes them helpless. You do it for me, it's too hard, my stomach hurts. We hear them tell us about this in those ways. And then the other thing that they complained about is that there were not rules in the family, or they weren't enforced, and that can get them in trouble in adult life. In fact, in the workplace, some people said I had trouble keeping a job because I never think the rules apply to me. The other thing about soft structure is not having done chores. That surprised me because I didn't like chores and I did them. My kids didn't like them and they did them. But it turns out that they are a very valuable way that children learn to be competent. And so going into the adult world without that background for competence is a risk. This business of living in so much overindulgence, it's everywhere in the culture. In fact, we think of it as the new normal. Everybody's doing it.
How do I know if this is overindulgence?
First of all, identify if something is overindulgence. So you'll hear about the test of 4 again and again.
What can I do about overindulgence?
We will be using the developmental highway, we'll be using the suggestion circle, we'll be looking at the story of the gingerbread man, and hoping that you will leave this class with more options. Because the more options a parent has, the more successful you have the chance of being.